Hello friend, I am Chandrakant Thakkar and welcome back to my channel Chandrakant Thakkar's Official. So in my previous video we have seen the D3 scale point, and this video we will see about the how D3 axis works. So how to draw this y axis and x axis using the D3 axis function. So D3 provide the functionality of drawing the axis in D3. So here whatever example we have seen in previously, so this y-axis and x-axis I have created using the code. So this code you can see here, that I will show you that where we start. So for drawing this, okay, so I have drawn this horizontal line and vertical line using this. So if I will remove, it will remove, and if I will remove this one, so I think it will remove. Okay, so now done. So you can see that I have created this y-axis using the line and text element. So just I have created the vertical line, and on that vertical line I have appended the text to create the ticks. So if I don't want to use this code and I want to use the axis functionality available in D3, so how can we achieve that? That we will see in this video. So we will start here. Now I want to provide the basic idea about the this axis. So in D3 we have four type of axis available. D3 dot axis left for left y-axis, axis right for right y-axis, axis top for the top x-axis, and D3 dot axis bottom for bottom x-axis. So these four types of axis available in D3, and this axis, if you want to use this axis, so you need to pass scale as a argument to create the axis object. Now if I want to create the axis object or axis variable, so how can I create? So for that, if I want to draw this y-axis and I want this for the left hand side, means I want to create the left y-axis, so how can we create? So for that I create the y-axis variable using the D3 dot axis left. In that I will pass the scale that I have created here, that y scale. So you can see that y scale I have created using the scale linear. So it contains the domain 0 to 22,000 and height 600 to 0. So this is my y-axis. So I will just copy this y-axis scale, and in our axis left we are passing this y scale. So this is very simple, that by this way you can create the axis variable. So now I just copy this code, and here I will put that code. It means I have created the y-axis using the D3 dot axis left, and this is y scale. Now what is the next step to create the axis? So the next step is just append group element and call this y axis. So just see here, I want to append the y axis here. So here you can see that inside the SVG I have taken the scale point group class, and I have transformed that scale point group to 100 coordinates. So just I will copy that, and in my code what will I do? D3 dot select scale point group dot append group element dot attribute transform comma translate transform comma translate. I want to transform. For x it will be 0 and for y it will be height. So here I will pass height. Transform translate height dot call y scale, sorry, y axis. Here instead of height I will pass 0 0. So you can see that y axis for this chart drawn automatically. You can see that instead of taking the vertical line and ticks, just using this 5 line of code you can create such type of y axis. Now for this y axis you can see that your ticks is available by this way. Now if you want to provide the style for these ticks, so how can you do? So for that, just here I want to provide the style. So what will I do here? So dot enter dot select all. I want to select all text dot style font size 12 pixel. So you can see that your text size will be increased. Now this is the things that how can you provide the style of the text, that using the select all text element and using the style you can provide the style. If you want to provide the other style, that font weight to bold, so it also reflected that your second style will be applied here. Now what is the another things you want to know about the this ticks, that how can you restrict the ticks to number of counts? Suppose here there are more than 10 number of ticks available. Now I want to reduce these ticks to some restricted number of these ticks, like I want only 5 ticks, 3 ticks, 7 ticks. So in the call method you can pass dot ticks. I just want 5 number of ticks. So you can see that you got 5 number of ticks here, that is 0, 500, 10,000, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 and 20,000. So by this way, using the ticks property, you can provide the number of ticks that you want in the y-axis. So this is the one of the good property available in D3, that using the dot ticks you can control the number of ticks that you want to show on the y-axis. Now one another things that I want to format these ticks, that instead of 20,000 I want to provide some format, that I want to format this number in the dollar, because I am showing these cells in the dollar. So what things I can do? So that format I want to apply to these ticks. So this is also very simple, that inside the y-axis dot ticks you can pass dot tick format and you got the one value, that is the current tick value. So here what I have done, that I have provided the dot tick format function. In that I am getting the value of the tick and I am passing the same tick back to draw the tick. So here you can see that the output of your code. Now just what I want to append the dollar in front of the value. So what will I do here? Just dollar. So you can see the output, that inside in front of the tick you see the dollar is appended prepended to the ticks. So dollar is available in front of the tick value. So by this way you can add the means any format to your tick. Either you can also apply the numeral format that is available. So this is the way that how can you apply the format to your tick. So using the ticks you can control the number of ticks that you want, and using the tick format you can provide the format of the tick. Now one another things that if I don't want this type of ticks here, instead of 0, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, I want that my ticks would be value between the range that I provide. Okay, suppose instead of this number of value, I want that in between 0 to 22,000. I want first tick on 0, second tick on 3,000, uh, third tick on 7,000, then 15,000, then 19,000, then 22,000. I want this type of ticks instead of available ticks. So you can see that by default the 5 ticks is available, but it is available based on internal behavior of ticks. Now I want to override that behavior. Instead of these ticks I want the user specified ticks. That ticks that I have provided I want to see here. So here you can pass dot tick values, and here I will provide this one. So you can see the output that here whatever ticks I have provided, that will be reflected here. So instead of internal behavior of ticks, I have overridden and I have provided the number of points that I want to show. So 0, 3,000, 7,000, 15,000, 19 and 22,000. So this is based on our control. Now so this is about the using the d3 dot tick values, that you can override the internal behavior of ticks. So by this way the ticks works. Now I just copy and paste these things here so you can easily understand this in future. So if you want to show this code, you can see the link inside the description of this video. Now what happens if I write instead of axis left, I write the axis right. So your ticks available on the right hand side. So if you want to move your this left hand x-axis to the right side, so just move that using the this transform translate property. If I will write this, so your y-axis is available on the right hand side. So just using this you can convert your left axis using into the right side y-axis. So just you need to convert your axis left into axis right, and here in translate you need to pass the total width of the SVG. So your left x-axis y-axis will be moved to the right side y-axis. So this is very simple. Using the simple step you can convert your left side y-axis into the right hand side. So here I will write left. So left side y-axis available. Now I will convert this x-axis using the d3 axis bottom. So for that first I will commit the code that I have created in this previous video. So I will just remove this code for drawing the horizontal line and the ticks I have created using the code. So that ticks will be removed. Now I want to create this x-axis using the d3 dot axis bottom. So what will I do here? X axis is equal to d3 dot axis bottom. In that I will pass x scale. So that x scale I have taken above. So you can see that for x scale I have used d3 dot scale point, in that domain I have passed the week name from Sunday to Saturday, and the range is 0 to width. So this is the xscale I have created. Now inside this x-axis, what I have done, d3.axis bottom, I have passed the xscale. Now our next step to append the x axis is just I will use this one, d3 dot select this dot append group element and dot attribute transform, then translate. Here I will provide x as a 0, and for y I will provide the height. And dot call x axis. So you can see that x axis is available here. So this is very simple, that I have just created the x axis using the d3.axis bottom. In that I have passed the xscale, and then I have appended the one group element. I have transformed that group element to 0 to height, means in this location, and just call the x axis. Now if I want to provide the style of these ticks, just I will select all text and I will copy paste this code here. Now you can see that your ticks is available with the some format. Now the same things you can do with x-axis that we have done in the y-axis. You can provide the ticks, you can format the ticks, and you can also control the ticks using the ticks values. So here if I want to format the ticks, then here dot format, so instead of dollar week, okay, week Sunday, week Monday, week Tuesday, week Wednesday, week Thursday, week Friday, and week Saturday. You can see that your format of the ticks result is available here. So by this way you can create the y-axis also. Now if I want to create this y-axis at the not on the bottom but on the top, so what can you do? So instead of bottom I will just write dot top. So your ticks available on the top side, and instead of height I will pass just 0. So your ticks available on the, means your x-axis is available on the top side. So this is axis top and this is axis bottom. Okay, so by this way you can draw any type of axis in your chart, and it is very simple, no need to write any other code. You can directly means use the d3 axis function available in d3. So just see that in this example, very simple code I have written, that this is our data, this is width and height of the chart. I have taken the scale point for x-axis. This scale band is not used, I have just used for demo purpose, so I remove this. Then y scale I have created for the y-axis, that is scale linear. Then this line function I have used for drawing this line. Then here I have appended the line. Then this function and this code is used to draw the this scatter plot, means whatever bubble I have appended using this code, and this 10 number of line code that is used to draw your y-axis and x-axis. So by this way you can create the x-axis and y-axis in d3. So it is very simple, you can use very easily this axis function in d3. So if you want to see this code, so you can also see the description of this video. My code link is also available in the description of all other videos. So thank you watching this video. We will meet with the new functionality of D3 in my next video. So thank you very much. Bye.